In this video, we are going to talk about Gatherround Homeschool, SPACE Unit, Review and Extra Resources. Also, we will go through the book lists that included in this unit. This month, we are going through the SPACE Unit study, and I'm going to share with you how we use this unit and what we get out of it. A little bit more about this curriculum. This is Gatherround curriculum, which includes teacher guide and several levels for all of your students. This curriculum is supposed to ease your life as a homeschool mom. If you want to teach multiple children, that's a good option for you. I talked about these units in my other videos, so if you haven't seen them yet, please go and check them out, because I always share something new with every unit we do. So here I'm having Teacher's Guide, which I print myself. I buy PDF version of this curriculum because it's cheaper. And then I have students' notebooks that I organized like this. This is a super convenient way for me and for my children. So here you see a student notebook, early elementary, and I have middle schooler, and I also have upper elementary schooler. If you are interested how I organize my units, I can make a separate video, so please leave me a comment if you would really love to see that. Also for this curriculum available additional printables, like cursive, like recipes, depending on the unit. If it's a continent unit studies, then you have a recipe book. Next unit we are going to do is a Europe, and this includes a recipe book, which I'm going to share with you again whenever we're done. Inside the teacher's guide, there is a book list. This is all books for each level that you can find in the library, or if you already have those books in your homeschool library. Some books and resources available on Amazon too. For each lesson, you can also find the list of materials that you might need. For example, if you do any craft, you can use this list. So right now, let's just dive deeper into this study. I'm going to show you inside of this book, and I'm going to show you also resources that we used and a craft idea that we've done, which was lots of fun. Okay, let me quickly show you what's inside of the teacher's guide and what we did. This is printable from Etsy store of a homeschool mom. I'll link her in the description. She has printable unit that has additives like this that help you with study of the space. These pictures come as addition to this study from Rebecca Spooner. This one is another printable about the light. I'll also link it in the description below. So here is a book list for each grade, materials, and then comes the lessons. What you do is you read the information starting from here. You talk about this together, and then students working on their notebooks. Most of the lessons focus on planets. One by one, you're learning about planets. While you're learning about them, you're making your model, space model, Earth, the moon. Phases of the moon is another printable that I will link down, because this is printable from another homeschool mom. You learn about phases of the moon, and you can find different crafts ideas. You probably seen some ideas like Oreo cookie eating. This is Mars. So after you studied your planets, you studying about stars, dwarf planets, comets, asteroids, life as an astronaut, and then you'll learn about rockets, stars, etc. My children loved this unit, actually. They loved it better than Asia unit. This is another printables I'll link from Tiny Nest Studio. Alright, and that's it about this unit. So please let me know in comments if I'm missing something and you would like to know something more about this Gatherround Homeschool curriculum. Okay, let's start from my absolute favorite resources for this unit study. This is this beautiful DK encyclopedias that I absolutely love because they have beautiful pictures. They're also not so overwhelming for your younger children who doesn't like to see a lot of words. So this book is perfect. This is the latest edition from DK collection of these books. There is another one about animals, about nature. This one is a universe. Just came out this year. Great information to the point. Everything you need. If you only can find this book, you can only use this book. That's why I like to use books that are minimal but straight to the point. Everything that you are learning from the space unit you can find in this book, and the pictures are just gorgeous, and you can use it for your journaling if you're doing art. It's a great art reference because one of the pictures are a real photo, and on the other page there is a painting. So a real photo, some painting. Real photos, some painting. So that I really like this option. Black holes. This is a great resource for this curriculum. My other absolute favorite books is Who Was Neil Armstrong and Who Was Galileo for this unit. They have written pretty good, and even my 7-year-old likes to read these books. I even invested in them and bought them on Amazon. So another resources from DK Publishers is this Eyewitness Books, Astronomy. This is a small encyclopedia, and this is the beauty of it. We also love this Astronomy Eyewitness Companion. Again, this is a little bit more information for real space lovers. There's a history of astronomy. It covers pretty much everything. Lots of interesting pictures. My 10-year-old son loved this book. That's why I'm showing it to you, because it pretty much repeats all other books. But again, there is different pictures, there is different bits of information that can be useful. Even for pictures when you study certain topic, you can use this book for reference. This one has more information on people in space too. Explorations and discoveries. Super Space Encyclopedia from Smithsonian. You can never go wrong with Smithsonian books. My other favorite book is from Scholastic. It's a Space, the Definite Visual Catalog of the Universe. This one is just great for pictures. The photography is just amazing and it's so nicely done. Man on the Moon, planetary weather. In some way, this book repeats the other encyclopedias again, but I just showing it so you guys can pick for yourself which one suits you better. This one has more on astronauts and lunar explorations. My other favorite publishers is National Geographic. They always have a beautiful books. This one is Absolute Expert Space. If the other encyclopedias a little bit too much, you can use this little book for your, let's say, middle school or upper elementary. Another one from National Geographic, this is Mars. And I believe they have book for different planets. So if you want, you can try to find all of the books for different planets and it will be appropriate for different lessons in your unit studies. I got a lot of books from National Geographic because I just really love this one. The Ultimate Space Atlas. This book that I'm showing you is just extra. You don't have to have all the variety of them. If you only can get one beautiful DK Smithsonian encyclopedia, you will be having enough. But if you just like me, I like to spread books all over house. I like to get as many books as possible about the specific topic we are studying, so children can just randomly look at these books and get this atmosphere of the topic that we are studying in their head. Even unintentionally, they look through the books and they learn. This one has more random information about different things in space. This one is another DK Space book. Lots of information, I just repeat it. But if you only can find this one, this would be a good book. If you're looking for a book only about planets, National Geographic has 11 planets. And this book talks only about the planets. We use this as a reference, how to draw planets and what the names of the planets come from, how they were discovered. Great book because it's not too overwhelming of loads of information. This Smithsonian book, Starfinder, only talks about constellations and how to find them in the sky. So if you're planning sky watching, this would be the great one to find constellations. This is another National Geographic, Everything Space. So I would compare this one to the other one like this. If you find either, you're good to go. Then I really like this series. It has book about the sun, the moon, the stars, and the planets. It's a great series from the solar system. I just found this in the library. It's a great resources just for pictures. This series would be great for early elementary because it's large font and as little as possible information. Author of this book is Gemma McMillan. If you have a guy who is interested in the rocket science, this book is for him. This one is all about rockets and space traveling. Alright, for the Lego lovers, this is a great book to complement with your unit studies. If you have lots of Lego parts, yes, there is a need for specific pieces, but if you have lots of Legos, you can adjust. Let's Investigate with Nate is highly engaging, beautiful children's book, picture book. Comic style, which would be great for this unit because in this unit, children learning how to write comics in elementary and upper elementary. Ready to Read is another early elementary book that is not too overwhelming and quite interesting for little readers. The stellar story of space travel. For the lesson that talks about astronauts living in space, this book is amazing because that exactly fits the topic and it's for early reader too. When you're learning about light waves, this picture book would be the great addition. Light Waves Explained for Little Children. This book is about Apollo 8 and a photo that changed the world. First Look at the Moon from Space. This was an amazing book. If you have a curious mind and who love rockets and rocket science, this Apollo 13 mission that actually wasn't successful, core events of the crisis in space and how they overcame it. This is a great book for that. And the last portion of books, not so many, but I love these books and I really recommend them if you are a Christian home. This is talking about space from the biblical perspective. This one is Our Amazing Created Solar System from creation.com. They have a great website where you can find everything science from biblical perspective, everything archaeology, everything geology, dinosaurs. It's a beautiful, beautiful resources that I highly recommend for you. This talks about creation of the universe, about every planet, it talks about either aliens are real and what Bible says about that. Jupiter, Saturn. This is a great book for middle school and high school. This one is from Master Books Book of Astronomy, Wonders of Creation. This one is for middle school or upper elementary. Also talks about Earth and universe from biblical perspective and creation. And now I'm going to show you a project. Alright, and this is a craft project that we've done during this unit study. That was lots of fun. It doesn't even fit in my camera right now, but I'll show it to you later. So this is the planets that we've done from the foam balls. A dollar store has these balls, but they're not $1, but they're way worth it. So this we've done from paper, just cut it and paint it. So what would you need is just a foam ball, different sizes. You'll need bamboo sticks and acrylic paint, that's all. And then you also need a reference book just to paint your planet. There's a lot of noise out there.